Do we ever look at people like that? Maybe somebody got some money, so we treat them a little different. Maybe somebody look like they ain't got no money, so we treat them a little different. Objects, obstacles, and vehicles. How do you view people? See, here's what he did. In the morning, David wrote a letter, verse 14, to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. In this letter, he wrote, set Uriah in the forefront of the hardest fighting and then draw back from him. Are you kidding me? Set him out front where the fighting is the worst and then abandon him. Draw back from him that he may be struck down and die. David uses Uriah to carry his own death sentence to Joab. This is the guy that God says, this is a man after my own heart. See, the great thing I love about the Bible is that the people are real. This is not stories. This is not, felt board. You know what I'm saying? This isn't that. This is real people that have real struggles like us. Yet God still picks them. Right? He said, y'all look at the outward man. I look at the heart. So this right here says, yo, this dude, how? Verse 16. And as Joab was besieging the city, he assigned Uriah to the place where he knew there were valiant men. And the men of the city came out and fought with Joab, and some of the servants of David among the people fell. Uriah the Hittite also died. Here, David sets up Uriah to be killed in order to cover up his own sin. He sees Bathsheba as an object to fulfill his lusts and desires. He sees Uriah as an obstacle to be overcome because he impregnated his wife, and if he don't go home and sleep with her, now he's going to be in trouble. And then he uses Joab as a vehicle to carry out the hit. How do you view people? See, turn with me now to 2 Samuel chapter 12. And I think here's where the punch in the face comes. 2 Samuel chapter 12, starting at verse 1, says this. And the Lord sent Nathan to David. He came to him and said to him, now Nathan is the prophet. He came to him and said to him, there were two men in a certain city, the one rich and the other poor. The rich man had very many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing but one little ewe lamb, which he had bought. And he brought it up, and it grew up with him and with his children. It used to eat of his morsel and drink from his cup and lie in his arms, and it was like a daughter to him. So we see here, Nathan begins to set the stage. There's this one guy who's rich, and he's got everything. Then there's this other guy, and he really ain't got jack, but this one little baby lamb. And he loves this lamb. When he takes care of this lamb, and like he lets it eat from his bread and drink from his cup, and, even at night, like holding it in his arms, like he loves this lamb. This is the picture that Nathan paints. Verse 4. Now there came a traveler to the rich man, and he was unwilling to take one of his own flock or herd to prepare for the guest who had come to him. But he took the poor man's lamb and prepared it for the man who had come to him. So the rich man that got everything takes the poor man's lamb, kills it, prepares it for this traveler to eat. Verse 5, look at this. Watch out now. Then David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan, as the Lord lives, the man who has done this deserves to die. And he shall restore the lamb fourfold because he did this thing and because he had no pity. He says, yo, the dude that did this was totally tripping. He deserves to die. Right? Look at verse 7. Nathan said to David, you are the man. This is when you don't want to hear you're the man, right? He says to David, that guy that you're so angry about, that guy that you want dead, that's you, yo. That's you. That's what you've done.